Hello, my dear boys. Hope all of you are well by the grace of Almighty. Welcome all of you to my physics online class, and we are discussing on static electricity. Okay, so we are discussing on chapter 10. The name of this chapter is static electricity, and today we will discuss on uses of static electricity. Okay, so my dear boys, this uses of static electricity part is very important for comprehension based question. ठीक है? Okay. Almost most of the comprehension based question is set from this topic. Okay, and today's class is very theoretical class, and you should give more patience for this class. Okay, so let's boys start today's online physics class. So, my dear boys, today's our topics is uses of static electricity. The number one is photocopy. We are very familiar with the word photocopy. In our day to day life, we have to do lots of photocopy, and photocopy machine uses static electricity. Okay, in this machine, light is projected on the paper, which creates an image of the writing on a special kind of roller. Static charges are created on the roller similar to the writings on the paper. After that, the roller is brought in contact with very fine powder like ink, and black ink is absorbed at the parts of the roller where charges are formed. Then this ink is imprinted on a new white page. The ink is attached very well to the paper by heating so that the ink does not scattered, and the process is finished in this way. Okay, another uses of this static electricity is in Van der Graaff machine. Now question is, what is Van der Graaff machine, or why we use Van der Graaff machine? The answer is to produce a high voltage we use Van der Graaff machine. Okay, in the figure you see the different parts of Van der Graaff machine. One is tangent, metallic sphere, insulating belt, static charge spray. Okay, so different types of work are done with high voltage. This can be done with a Van der Graaff machine using static electricity. Okay, static charges are spread on a rotating insulating belt. By rotating the belt, it is taken inside a metallic sphere. A tangent receives the charge from above the belt and sends it to the metallic sphere. We know charge always flows from higher potential to lower potential. It always happens in the Van der Graaff generator because inside the metallic sphere the potential is equal to the potential of the surface. Okay, the excess voltage that is excess voltage that is the excess voltage that is created on the belt due to the excess charge on the belt is always higher than the voltage of the sphere. Due to this reason, any charge inside the sphere goes to the surface of the sphere. In this process, by accumulating huge amount of charge on the sphere, it is possible to develop a high potential. Okay, so by using Van der Graaf machine, we usually create a high potential difference. Okay, another uses of static electricity in fuel track. All of you known as fuel track. By using fuel track, we transfer fuel from one place to another. And if you see a fuel truck, you can see a metallic chain is attached with ground. Okay, metallic chain is touched with ground. Question is why? This is very important comprehension based question. Okay, so the answer is when petrol or other fuel trucks supply fuel, then they have to be very careful so that no electrical sparks are created supply suddenly, which may produce a big explosion. This may happen if static electricity is generated due to friction between truck wheels and the road. Okay, so behind the truck, a metal chain hangs from the tank and stays in contact with the ground. So, most of the charges passes to the ground. Okay, so in this way, any static electricity produced is directly transferred to the earth through the chain, and we can safely transfer fuel from one place to another place. The another uses of static electricity in electronics. Okay, in cold countries, the amount of water vapor in air is very low, and the effects of static electricity are very high. Many types of IC, the full form of IC is integrated circuit, are used while working with electronics. Some ICs can be damaged by even a slightest change of voltage to their pins. Okay, that is why a toss of the hand while working with electronics can damage a valuable IC or the circuit board. For doing work under these circumstances, the upper part of a table is connected to the ground with a conducting wire. Simultaneously, the hands of the person working are connected to the ground using an electrical conducting strap. Our next topic is lightning and lightning arrestor. You are very well known about lightning and lightning arrestors. We can see this lightning when in rainy season. Okay, when water vapor rises to form clouds, the negative charge created due to friction between water vapor are stored in the lower altitude clouds. So naturally, a storage of electrons is developed in the higher clouds, making them positively charged. When a large amount of charge is accumulated, in the clouds, a huge spark is formed inside the clouds. To return to neutral state, which is known as lightning. Okay. Sometimes so much charge is accumulated in the clouds that they ionize the air and literally travels to the ground. We call that a thunderbolt. A huge amount of charge is brought to the earth during a thunderbolt. It ionizes the air while traveling through it. So, a huge amount of heat, light, and sound is produced, and such amounts of charge can cause serious harm to the places nearby. The another use of electric static electricity is static electric color spray. Static electric color sprays are used nowadays to paint cars, bicycle, steel cupboards, and other metallic things. In this sprays, very small particles of colors are created, and since they are charged, while getting out one particle repels another particle and spreads out. So a large space can be smoothly painted using spray. To charge the color particles, the pointy head of the spray is connected with a high potential source. The thing to be charged is connected with the opposite potential or the earth. As the color particles are charged, they are attracted towards the body and firmly attached with the body. Not only that, the color particles can travel along electric lines of force and can reach the hidden corners and create a layer of paint in there. So, by this process, we can paint a huge area with a shorter time, and the painting will be so smooth and very attractive. So, this is all for today, my dear boys, and this is all for static electricity in theoretical part. Okay, so my dear boys, in our next class we will try to solve a different type of creative question. Okay, so until then, thank you boys.